Hey YouTube. Yeah, I look like hell, and so does my room. Don't worry, I'll clean it sometime today, like probably in an hour or two. But, yeah, fun stuff, so I figured I would make a video. So, I had to take my motorcycle to the shop so it could get fixed and I can ride it again. And then I had to walk home, and because I procrastinated it for so long, you know, now everybody's gone, I have no means of transportation, so I had to fill up my tires on my motorcycle and just make it over there. I ended up making it there okay, and so I had to walk home, and since I waited, I had nobody to take me back, so yeah. Oh, and it is 110 degrees outside right now, in the desert, black pavement, fucking sucked. I thought I was gonna die. I seriously thought I was gonna die. Like, it was fine at first. I'm like, I'm tough. I've lived in the desert for fucking ever. You know, like, I used to skateboard in 120 degrees. Like, I can handle this shit. Turns out I can't handle that shit. Like, I used to do it a lot. Like, a lot. Because I was used to it. My body was used to it. And on top of that, like, I don't know, maybe my skin was more resilient. But I made it about, like, halfway home, and it was crazy. Like, my heart was doing weird fucking things. Like, it almost felt like my chest was expanding outward, and then my fucking arm, like, my right arm started going limp. It was really fucking weird. I didn't even know he could do that. Like, it felt like my heart was gonna explode. Like, I think I just got that fucking hot. But lucky for me, at that point, I finally reached some form of civilization, and that was a park. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And I walked over to the park, and I was going to lay in the grass, in the shade. And then I walked over there into the grass, and then I saw that they had one of those, like, singular sprinklers going on. And I'm like, oh my God. And that's why I look like hell, because I sat my phone and my wallet down, and I just sat under the sprinkler in the water, in a puddle, until I was completely drenched. Then I laid in the shade for half an hour to cool down a little, but it's still like 98 degrees in the shade. And then I went back in the water because I was still hot as fuck. And then as I was walking away to go back home, one of these guys that, like, previously passed me while I was laying there was, like, around the corner, like, a ways down, and I could see him, and I could smell pot, like, really fucking strong. And I kind of look around to see if there's anyone else, and then I kind of look at him, and he looks at me, and I'm like, that's some strong shit. And he's like, so you gonna tell on me? And I'm like, no, why would I tell on you? And he's like, you better not. And I'm like, why the fuck would I tell on you? He's like, cause, and I'm like, over half America smokes pot, dude. If it's not that big a deal. He's like, half America more needs to smoke pot. I'm like, probably. He's like, you want some? I'm like, no, I can't, because I have a job that drug tests. He's like, oh, that makes sense. He's like, so, what's a fine-ass honey like you doing out here hanging out at a public park, sitting in a sprinkler? And I'm like, I told him a story about how all that shit happened, and he's like, damn, sexy and rides a bike. You can't get much better than that. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, so anyway, have fun with that. I am going to go walk home now. He's like, hey, stay sexy. And I'm like, alright, will do. And then I continued to trudge my way home, except this time I was wet, so I made it, thankfully. And then I took my shoes off. It took about 10 minutes, because I was like half dead. And then I made it in here. And then I turned on my computer. And then I'm talking to you. So, that was my fun little story. I almost died. I legitimately think that I almost died. That would have been weird. Just goes to show, when you're on hormones and or a lazy homebody, your resilience to the elements will go down a lot. So, be careful. Oh, I also need to mention some stuff in this video while I'm here. Let's see if I can. This will be stuff that I was previously talking about, like a week ago, I think, with someone else in the YouTube inbox thing. And I've heard this issue so many times, like all the super crazy depression because of all the hormones and da-da-da-da-da. You know what? To those of you out there who are taking a lot of hormones, don't. That's not good. Okay? I'm gonna tell you this straight up, honestly. In fact, taking more hormones can damage your ability to transition, either through blood clots and other things like that, or just from the fact that if you have a shit ton of estrogen in your system, your body's going to start converting it to testosterone, because estrogen and testosterone can actually convert into each other. And yeah, so, and not only that, it doesn't even increase effects, it just increases side effects. So you will be more depressed, more likely to commit suicide, stuff like that. You will be irritable, you will be feeling shitty, your body wouldn't be working properly because it'd be like overloaded on hormones. Like, your hormonal system is a very, like, sensitive system. It has to be at a proper area to work properly. So remember that. If you are taking a lot of hormones, don't just pop that shit, okay? Like, that is not good for you. You need to find your proper level for your body and do it, and you'll feel great. Like, hormones make me feel great because I'm at the proper level, and yeah, I have results because I'm at the proper level. It's all about leveling. So don't do that, otherwise you're just gonna harm yourself, and then people who care about you will be sad, especially if you died, because you can die from it. So be smart and safe with that. And on a personal note, I talk to so many of you, and like this other day, one of my friends that I talk to on here, it's like, replies to me, and I'm like, oh yay, Razorblade sent me a message. That's not really his name, so you know. But then I realized I don't know who he is. Like, I know him from conversation, and I know him from conversation. He's fun, but I don't know who he is, like, as a person. I don't have a face other than that little gray outline. So, I want to do a personal request. If you want to I was gonna say if you want to message me, or if you want to subscribe to me, or blah blah blah, but that doesn't even fucking matter. Like, if you want to, know that I would appreciate it. Is, like, if you just uploaded a fucking picture for your little profile thingy. Like, everyone should have a picture. You should all have a face. You have a face. You should be proud of it. You know? Because it's the only face you've got, unless you're cutting it off and making a new one, which I highly doubt. Or maybe. Some people do that. I don't plan on doing that. But, then be happy with your face. And be proud of it. And put up a picture so I know who I'm talking to. And then I can be like, oh my god, you're so cute. Or not, if you're not cute. But, yeah. And another one of my friends is Toes. I see Toes when I think of her. Because it was like her first pedicure or something, that's the picture, and I think of Toes when I talk to her, or think of her. So, that's something to think about. I'm sure you don't want to be a little gray outline, or Toes, or My Little Pony that looks very, very angry. Just be you, and be happy of your face, and don't wander around in the desert when it's 110 degrees outside, because it's not good. It sucks. Really bad. Really, really bad. Did I mention I thought I was gonna die? Jesus Christ. Sorry. Oop. Take your Lord's name in vain by mistake. My bad. Well, some of your lords, anyway. Testosterone blocker, yay. Okay, that's pretty much all I had to say. So, I think I'm gonna go pass out, because I'm about at that point right now where I feel like I need to pass out. So, I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Get crunk, or not. Get laid, or not. But overall, just have a good time and make sure you smile and stay safe and other stuff. So, anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Why do I always do that at the end? If you guys decide to leave a comment, like, give me an idea for something I can do at the end instead of, like, because, like, I always do that, and it's, like, why am I so boring and repetitive? Oh well. Bye.